What's going on YouTube? Q back here again with another video for you. Today's video, I'm about to do something I've never done before, so hopefully this goes well. So I've been having a problem with the M2 that ever since I drove the car, I've been wanting to fix it. So now that I have access to BimmerCode, if you watched the last Integra video, I found my OBD2 connector, my VPAC thing, so now I can use BimmerCode. And now I can do what I've been trying to do for so long. So I've been looking for this thing for a couple weeks, and I cleaned the basement where my kids rearranged my area where I thought it was at, but I found it in the car. So oops, blame the wrong people. So that was my fault. Now I got it. Now I'm about to do what I gotta do for this one. So this should enhance my driving characteristics on the car. It's the only way I like to drive this car. So stay tuned, follow me on this one, and we'll see how this one goes. I gotta have a pair of the dirtiest cars in this country. I've never washed my car. Washed this thing once myself and once at the dealership, and I have not washed this yet since I bought it. So yeah, it's been a couple months for this one. It's been since, was it this year? I don't know about this one. Shout out to Toyota of Muncie. Everybody seems to love my sticker on here. Yes.
Well, can we do play in the backyard?
Not yet. So first thing on my list, get this app installed on the phone. BimmerCode, I got an iPhone, so it's in the App Store. So I got that downloaded. Simple install. But I don't believe what I'm trying to do. I think I need to pay for it. So let me go ahead and download the premium version or the non-free version to do what I need to do. Because BimmerCode is a very powerful tool. You can change a lot of settings on the car. Just a whole lot of things, a plethora of different settings that you can change to enhance the car, as far as the lights, some of the driving characteristics of it, and a whole lot of things I haven't even delved into yet, just because I haven't had the time to sit there and just go through all the things. But drop a comment and let me know what your favorite features are to change with BimmerCode. But for now, I gotta do this auto rev match, so let me get everything set up to do it and we'll begin. Alright, so now let me open BimmerCode and let me join this thing, get the full version right here. It's $40 for that, so hopefully it's well worth it. One-time charge. Alright, looks like they add taxes to that, so yeah. Didn't even know which account I had set up to it. Should have used my credit card and got those points, but whatever is done now. So let me see if I can get this going, because I never used it before. So let me connect, press connect. Alright, so I need my adapter. Let me hop in the other car and get that real quick. So this right here is my little VPEAK dongle or OBD2 connector. So I bought this for whenever my car has an issue, I just connect this and it uses the phone, and you can use whatever app. I use like an app like Torque Lite, and I use that to see what the trouble codes are. Like if you remember my Camaro, the first day I bought it, 14 miles, I had to check engine light. Sounds a little bit weird. I have a P2101 and a P2119. The definitions and all the technical terms should be up. This is what I used to see what that engine code was. And the other Blazer had to check engine light. So I got a code P219A. I don't even know what this is. It's a powertrain code. All these Chevys having problems. And yeah, I just use it to see what the trouble codes are, and it tells me that. So this is the same tool. So it's linked down in my description, or yeah, it's linked down in every description of every video. So go ahead and check it out. So this goes in the OBD2 port that's down up under this footwell next to the hood release. Hopefully this one is compatible, because I had this thing for some years. Oh, so I gotta actually select whichever one that I have on here. So let's connect. Got a connection error and huge failure on my part. Seems like my VPEAK is outdated, so I just ordered a new one, so it should be here tomorrow or the next day. So gotta postpone this video till I get that, and then we'll resume one day later. Ordered this on Amazon, came the next day. I'll put the link to this one in the description, and I'll take the other one out because I bought that one in 2017, and this is an updated version for that. double the price, but it was only like $42. Also, shout out to Blueprint One Ali. He sent me a GoPro in the mail. Got it today. I thought it was this because he sent that thing in a small box. Very packaging efficient that guy is. Also, shout out to Hunter Gang Nate and Race Car Friends as well down in Florida. And these birds, man, what the heck? All right, let me get started on this. So you got to connect this thing, and I don't want this bird to keep chirping, but I don't want the CarPlay to connect. So I got to be careful with that. So let's see what happens this time. All right, let me unpackage this thing. It's really just a OBD 2 port thingy-majig. Like I said yesterday, it's right up under here by the trunk release. Like, all these people are so good at packaging things. This thing don't have a ounce of space. Oh, I come with a little case. That's cute. The little instruction booklet. All right, they done got fancy over the last few years. This is all it is. Plugs into the OBD 2 port. All right, I'm gonna just plug it in and see what happens. Real men don't read instructions. So it says to turn the car on or make sure it's on. I don't know what they mean. Accessory or start it. Got the e-brake up. Shifter in neutral just for safety. Okay, so it looks like I got to choose my car on here. So I got the M2. Do they got an M2 competition on here? I'm a little bit more than the M2. I just said M2. Clicking that, continue. Checking terminal status. Reading van. Oh, this is about to be real simple. My old one, I had to like connect the Wi-Fi, connect the phone to the Wi-Fi other OBD reader. This one just straight up go. All right, identifying control units. This is about to be quick and painless. Let me add some fluff to this video. It's taking about 1 minute so far. All right, that was easy, super easy. All right, let's get down to this disabling this auto rev match, because I don't want it, never liked it, never use it. That's something I'll never look for. I want to turn it off as soon as I hop into a car. So let me go to the forums, because I didn't just come up with this crap on my own. I got it from a forum member, and shout out to that person, but I'm about to just do what this person recommended. Other people did it. It works. So I'm over here on BimmerCode where I'm about to get this information from. I'm about to show you all exactly what I'm about to do. Never done it before, but it seems pretty simple. So I'm about to just read these instructions on the screen. Step 1, download BimmerCode. Check. So step 2, select the front electronics module. Front electronics module. It's gonna take a little time to load. So that took about 2 minutes. And as I said earlier, I got the car in accessory mode and it works. So let's follow the next instruction. It says go to expert mode. We're doing that. Continue. I ain't even read that. Probably should have. Uh-oh, the car turning off. Uh-oh. What we doing? Turn back on. Don't you do that. Do not want this thing to turn off in the middle of changing these things. So going back to the instructions here. What the heck does that say? TC master. Let me make sure. Okay, I guess that's traction control master. Start lock brake active. Okay. And then we're going to do start lock clutch nicht active. Alright, go back. And then we're going to do TCM start lock driving readiness nicht active. I guess that means not active. I forgot what this thing said. Let me go back. Start lock driving readiness. Oh, it's already on that. Is that it? Alright. Let me double check, because I like to check and check again. Alright, so that's what that is. Now what do we do after that? Then just code the car. So let's see how we code it. Oh, let me just go up here, upper right corner, code. Boom, important note. Please note that the coding process should not be interrupted. It says make sure airplane mode is enabled. Boom. See, keep trying to connect the CarPlay. Stop that. All right, let me cycle this ignition one more time, because I don't want this to cut off during the middle of installing or coding. So I think we're about ready, so let's do it. Preparing coding. Finishing coding. Restarting ECU. Man, this is faster than it took to read all these values. Left head, like right high beam malfunction. What is you talking about? front camera malfunction. Uh-oh, the coding was successful. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, I see these codes coming on and going off. Fingers crossed that those are not permanent, because if they are, woo. So I'll just turn the car off. I want the whole system to go to sleep just to make sure everything is good and dandy. And if I got no warning lights, which I expect not to have any, then we are Gucci. So, and the only thing left to do is to drive and test it out. Alright, only thing I got is a door. Yeah, whatever. Alright, I got nothing else. So let's get this thing on the road and see how it drives with this auto rev match shut off. So I'm gonna wait a little bit for the sun to set down just a little bit. It's in my POV drive. That thing was right in my face, but we might be okay to do it. I might just have to change the camera angle since I'm not doing the on forehead or right here, wavy forehead. Shout out to race car friends. But I'm too eager to wait. Let me test this out right now. Shame on me, I said traction control active. I meant transmission control. I know what a TCM is. I work in automotive, I should have knew that. It's a lot of things to BimmerCode. I haven't looked at anything. This is the first thing that I want to do. It's the first thing I am doing. I'll look and see, read around and see what else I can do that I want to do. Like I've seen a couple things what people did with the LED sequential light up and things of that nature. But let me know what your favorite feature is, because I don't know what I can and cannot do. What's the most popular things? Haven't searched that. I watched one video and it's mostly things that I wouldn't care to change. But this auto rev match definitely got to change. So let's test it out. All right, so now I got this thing programmed and it does work. So as demonstrated right now, we can see I'm about to just downshift to third. You can see it kind of lurch forward. So let me do it up. Light caught me, gotta hold on. About to do it again, going down to second, not blipping the throttle. Damn. It's like that DCT clutch, but in a terrible way. Don't be doing that a lot, because you'll mess up the clutch and the trans doing that. I'm just doing it for the sake of this video. These roads are effed up, dog. Let me see if I can get one from 3 to 2 real quick. Okay, that was smoother. Because I've been assisted. Dog, this road is terrible. I've been assisted the whole time trying to rev match to auto rev to, oh my God, this auto rev match downshifting. I've been goofing up, or I've been assisted, so now I don't know how to do it right. And now my skills suck, which I didn't want it. That's why I don't like having it on. But let me give it a little more throttle when doing it. Uh-oh. The shifter needs to be changed. That was better though. Uh-oh. Oh my God, it's a Huracan behind me. Oh yeah, we about to race. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see what they're about to do. I'm about to follow them. I already know. Downshift. I can't keep up with a Huracan. We already knew that though. What do you expect? It's a V10, lighter weight and more horsepower. Side note, this thing going from third to fourth, that thing lost traction a little bit. I saw the traction control blinking at me. What gear am I in now? 6th gear. So all right, let me rev match downshift. Okay, there we go. Now I need a new shifter because I kind of goofed up back there a little bit. But once I get this shifter sorted out, we are good. Driving dynamically will be perfect. Huracan even know I was like even trying, because he was gone. That was a lovely color too. What do you call that green? That mantis or Verde Ithaca? I don't think it was the Verde Ithaca. I think it was the mantis one. Alright, what gear am I in? Alright, so we good. So shout out to that forum, man. You get so much information on forums. I feel like forums are kind of like a lost art. I know we got Reddit now, but people generally like video content. I myself like the video content too, not gonna lie about that. Alright, dang, now I might need to program it back on because this shifter is crappy. It was helping me out way more than I thought. But that's good though, I'll get better. I just need to practice because I didn't know what it was like to do it without the assistance of the car. And this thing does not like to be banged in the gear because it will not go into that gear if you do it too hard and too fast. Alright, one more time. Oh my god, that was not smooth. And this road about to be even worse. My camera probably gonna go on swivel how bad this road is. Alright. That 2-3 gear shift, it'd be one to lose traction too. Man, this car pulled. Now I get to test out the passing power because it don't feel right doing it with auto rev match on. Need to be out washing my car, but I'm about to go play basketball. I got too much fun stuff to do other than wash my car. Race car friends is probably just cringing when I said that. Like, even when I'm in like neutral, I normally wiggle the stick from side to side to make sure I'm in neutral so I don't stall out or nothing unintentionally. Like, it doesn't even flip the throttle then, because most cars are auto rev match. If you jiggle the shifter from side to side, it will increase the RPMs as if you're about to go into a gear. But that's mainly for speed. Like, if I'm on the track, then I would want that on. But even me myself, I still want to learn how to be able to do it myself, because I'm not the type of person that cares about how fast I go, how fast I go. I just want to make sure that I'm enjoying myself the most and that I can do it myself most of all. So next skill I gotta get is the, what do you call it? Not double clutching, the heel toe downshift. Like, I am not good at that at all. Let's work on this auto rev match downshift. I gotta work on this again. I'm good in the Integra. Oh, that could have been a terrible maneuver right there. Too much power in the curve. Lovely. Alright, do a couple more, then we're gonna wrap this video up. There we go, we're getting better. Cadillac won the race. Love that exhaust sharding sound. Definitely different. Not used to that coming from a V8. Oh dang, I was gonna see if that Mustang wanted to play. Acting all crazy if you want to. So that's gonna wrap this video up. $80 well spent. So BimmerCode was about $40 and the VP tool was about $40 as well. I think you should get the VP tool anyways because you can diagnose your engine trouble codes, clear them, and just research things that happen. So like I said, my ZL1, first day I bought it, it had a problem. The last Blazer, the black one, it had a problem. And when I was looking at cars at auctions, I'll take that with me in my pocket so I can see if they had any codes in there or not. So it's a nifty tool. It'll be useful for the BMW, looking at more things. Like I said, please let me know something that's well worth it to upgrade or change with BimmerCode. So now I'm about to go do my thing out here. Cause y'all know what I do best. Y'all don't know yet. Y'all still put 100 gang Nate over me, but it's all right. So you see what I'm about to go do. I'm about to grab these. I'm about to go out here and show some love. So that's it for today's video. Don't forget to check out my channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.